It's Spal and Genoa today, but I might have a little surprise for you before we get there. So here we are on the 24th of September. Cesena have a 100% record, 5 wins out of 5, goal difference of +10, and Zaffarana sitting mid-table with 2 wins out of 5, 7 points. It's not a bad start, it's not brilliant, but I bring you this game because we're 3-0 up at half-time. So this second half is just underway, and this is a bonus. We will still have our normal 2 games, but what a start to the video. So we're back again now for the proper content in this video. We've got the Spal game, and they are level on points with us, so this is a very good choice of game in the end. It wasn't necessarily intended that way, but it's just worked out rather nicely in that sense. It's a game I think we need to win to kind of just cement our credentials as a top half side. I think if we win this, we really do look like we're a top half side. And if we don't, then we're going to need to realise that we might still be facing a bit of a relegation battle, even though I think we are probably too good to go down this year. Famous last words, of course, but we will see. So this is the team we're going to go with today, I think. We won't get Liberty back, but he's still going to be out for up to 3 months, so that's going to be a bit of a problem for us. Left-hand side is definitely the weakness. Both left back and left wing are not as strong as they should be, and he can help on both of those counts. So that's something that, it's just a shame. And obviously, by the time he comes back, we will be able to perhaps do something about that, although money issues are going to make that difficult for sure. So after a very good start to the season, which keeps us a point above the targets at this point, if we were going to hit the 60-point target that I've set myself this year, which is optimistic, but that's, we've got to be optimistic in this save. We've got to do the best we can. And if we can win today, then we will take another step closer to that. And we have made a good start. We're looking very threatening in these first 3 minutes of the game. I should probably have mentioned that we went on to win that game 3-0 against Cesena, who are now winning their next game. So they're clearly making a bit of a recovery after their first dropped points of the season in losing to Zaffarana. Glazer finds Rolla. Volta can find Meloni. Back to Papetti. Can Papetti do something good here? Straudi. Rolla shoots, but that was a bit of a wasted shot, really. I don't think there was any real chance of him scoring there. Bassett to Volta. Meloni takes a shot, but doesn't go anywhere. And Volta takes a corner, and Rousseau makes the save. We are all over them, though. We've had 4 shots, but all of the possession, at least in the highlights anyway, but actually 60% of the possession overall as well. So things are going pretty well. The question is, can we now get the goal? It'd be nice to have one before half time. However, it'd be more typical, as has happened, if they have one shot and score a goal after all of that pressure from the Tectonics. Really, really disappointing that. We have to come again. Meloni gets a shot on target, but Russo was equal to it. Volta takes the corner, and the continued pressure carries on through towards half-time. It's a real shame there that we couldn't really make anything happen despite so much possession and a good attacking possession as well. There may only been 6 shots, but it could have been more. It was 5 shots, in fact, but there could have been quite a bit more than that. There were quite a lot of times where we were close to being in on goal and just didn't quite get the bounce of the ball or get that last decision right. Papetti, can he get the ball in? No, but he finds Straudi. Glazer and Volta. Roller shoots again, but it's just not likely to shoot from there. To score from there. And the goalkeeper missed it, but it was going over his head and onto the post. So it's not a lot of use, really. Got to go for it now. We've got half an hour or 25 minutes, really, to see what we can do. Petriccioni can come on. Let's get Meloni off. And Straudi can make way for Diaby. And we've now just got to go for it. 10 minutes to turn this around. We've had by far the better of the game, and we are a bit unlucky not to have won it. But at the moment, it looks like we might lose it. Can we turn it around in the last 10 minutes, or at least get a draw from it? Rolla, Volta, finds Delfini, but can't find the net. And it looks to me like we're going down to another defeat. Not having a lot of joy in the videos just lately. Part of the reason why I wanted to show you that 3-0 win that we had, or it was at half-time when I showed it to you. But the 3-0 success that we had over the league leaders was quite nice to show you, because we have not been saving our best form for the videos, and that's been a bit of a theme lately. I mean, I know it's partly because we've picked the harder games, but that hasn't always been the case. Spal they're a mid-table side. They're certainly a side that we should be holding our own against, and we have. I mean, we've beaten them in terms of all the stats except goals, but unfortunately, that's the only one that really matters, and that is going to be that. I think it is a defeat there that we shouldn't have had. The second half was rather dull. You can see very, very few chances and very, very little XG. So it's really, really poor in the second half. But first half, we were very, very good, and we were very unlucky that we lost that game 1-0, I think, even if in the second half we didn't do as much as I would have liked. It's certainly not the end of the world at this point. Now a little bit behind where I would like to be, but get a win and we're back on track again in the next game against Genoa. So I'll be back in 7 days' time, and hopefully we'll be able to nab another win against a tough side in Genoa. Have they had a good start to the season? They actually very similar to us. So we've another game where we're playing a team who are very, very close to us, and we could certainly do with a win there. See you in a second. And we're back for the Genoa game. This would be a really big win, I think. I feel like if we win this one, it starts to feel like the season where we really start making our mark on this division. Because Genoa are the kind of team where you'd expect them to be there or thereabouts. They're a big name in Italy. Obviously been in Serie A plenty. I don't know when their last time was, but in fact they got relegated last year. So if we do win this one, it really would be a very, very big win, I think. And obviously it's a game I would really like to see us win. We are doing fairly well at the moment, I think. Bolzan could be doing a little bit better form-wise, but he had a good start to the season, got 4 goals early on and has sort of come off the pace a little bit. But other than that, we've got Straudy who's come in, done well in his first couple of games. Perizan has been a rejuvenated player with the departure of Drago. I did originally think about trying to get a replacement, but I couldn't really find one and I couldn't afford one anyway. So I haven't even got a backup, which is a bit of a problem. I've got Giovanni Senna, who is not really good enough. But yeah, I think this is looking to me like it's starting to become promising. That's what I'm going to use at the moment, promising, in terms of making the improvements I'm hoping to make this year in terms of that last finish. It's, as I say, with the financial situation as it is and the new stadium coming, it feels a bit like a holding season, and I won't be disappointed too much if we're just sort of around about where we were last year. But you never know. Agostinelli with the first attack of the game, and we can clear it nicely there. Glazer. Roller crosses the ball. Can't find a Zaffarana head, but Papetti picks it up and has it again, and Volta gets a shot in, but kept away. Promising start, though. This time we've been torn apart down the left, though, and great save by Perizan. Good start all around, really. We got a little bit torn apart in terms of the defence, but goalkeeper stood firm. And we have had a couple of decent opportunities going forward too. And we have a corner for Genoa, but cleared away, at least partially, and it clearly was cleared away properly. We have certainly been under a fair bit of pressure in the second half of this half, and we conceded a lot of penalties recently. Some of them seem to be a little bit unnecessary. That looked very, very unnecessary to me. Aristario has put them one up, and it's a bit self-inflicted, really. And I think I'm going to have a bit of a go at them because I'm not very impressed with this. We made a really good start to the game, and then since then we've just been completely overrun. And giving away that penalty was kind of just a bit ridiculous, really. It was completely unnecessary. It wasn't a particularly dangerous cross-in from the free kick. Don't think they would have scored. And they decided to bring the player down and give him a penalty. Completely unnecessary. Papetti. Meloni. If we could equalise before half-time, it would, of course, be very good. Roller shoots over the bar, though. He's not great with his shooting lately. And I've told him so. Not good enough with the shooting, and it's not been good. Hopefully, the second half can be something of an improvement. Certainly take a draw at this point. Saved there by Perizan. Can we got something going here? No, long ball doesn't quite find its intended target. It wasn't bad. And Bolzan's through now, though. And at least makes the goalkeeper make a save, which is something that we didn't really do much in the first half. Pizzoni surely gets fouled there. He does. We get a free kick. Meloni will take it. And he shoots and he scores. What a goal. Don't really want him shooting from that range very often, but this time he finds the back of the net, and that is a absolutely fantastic goal. What a goal from Meloni there. And we are back on terms. Don't really deserve it, I don't think. But can we try and hold on to it now? Roller. Find Bolsan. Lost the ball in midfield again. Not been great in midfield today. Lost it several times. First half in particular. Perizan makes the save that time. And Agostinelli, Oristanio finds him and we go back behind once again. It's a shame because we made a good start to the second half, a bit like the first half. We made a good start to both halves and then we get pegged back almost instantly. The problem is in the first half we didn't get the goal that we needed. Otherwise it wouldn't be quite so bad. It's not a huge amount I can do from the bench. It's a bit, but not as much as I would like, certainly. Still time to get that winner, but doesn't really look like it at the moment. And Abdesalam pretty much makes it safe, I think, for Genoa there. This was always going to be a tough game. I knew that. But I think we've kind of shot ourselves in the foot a little bit there with originally with the penalty, and then the defending's just been calamitous. Conceded 3 goals, now 4. That was the worst of the lot, I think. They've all been at least partially self-inflicted, and that was awful. Papetti, just ridiculous pass back. It was never going to be a good decision to make there, and we have lost a second game in a row for the first time this season. It's a real shame, but I think we will leave it there. It's not a huge amount of point in showing you the rest of this game. Certainly there are going to be games this season when we're going to get battered. I think that's become clear. I do think we're probably going to be good enough to hold our own in the league, but I now don't think we are going to be able to improve significantly on last season. If we can get mid-table, if it's 11th again, that's great. If it's 12th, 13th, it's not the end of the world. Obviously, with the new stadium next season, there are positives to be had, but it does look like it's going to be another season of a bit of struggle. Nothing particularly exciting. I don't think we're going to get a playoff place. But we'll see if we can try and improve in the second half of the season. It's all I can do, really. So I'll see you tomorrow when hopefully we can start climbing back up the table a little bit.